Did you know the internet can actually increase your word-of-mouth referrals? Today we're going to talk about 5 different ways that you can use online marketing to actually increase your in-person word-of-mouth activity. Now, of course, another way to tackle word-of-mouth referrals is to create them within your practice, right? And you always need to consult your local medical boards, your local organizations, state, city, national even, to see what their policies are on incentivizing referrals or having a referral program or really doing anything of this sort. Always make sure that you're clear on what you can and can't do. But within the practice, you can directly promote word-of-mouth referrals. Well, how do you do that? Of course, the first step, having happy patients and happy clients to the point where they would want to talk about you in a positive manner. But that's not enough. A lot of people have that. Doesn't mean that they get a ton of word-of-mouth referrals. The next is to encourage it. So there's all kinds of ideas, right? You can do referral cards that you hand out, maybe a business card size piece of design that has maybe a discount for a new patient on one side, and on the back it has the refer information, right? That's pretty old school, but if you hand them out and people bring them back in to receive some kind of discount or incentive, that can go a long way. Email campaigns out to your current patient base, talking about why referrals are important and they're the heart of your practice, and you would love it if they could forward the email along to 2 or 3 people. Or if they know people that could benefit from your services, maybe sharing that information with you as the business if you have a staff that can then reach out and see how they're doing. Also, in-person word of mouth, right? If you have events, if you're out in the community doing things, if you're having a trunk show, my optometrist had a trunk show over the weekend for my Kaida frames, right? Invite people to bring a friend who's never been to that practice, and say, hey, if you bring a friend who's not a patient, we'll have this bonus or this prize or this gift for you. And actually have a fun experience with it. Have them come in, give the new person, a tour around the practice, or have something to engage them, where even if they don't come in and use you as a doctor, they're going to have a good time. And again, spread the word. Really what you're trying to do is create buzz, create people talking, and you can do that with referrals and incentives. You can have gifts, you can have giveaways, you can even have discounts, again, based on what you're allowed to do in your area. But the key is to offer it to both the referee and the referrer. Because if you just do it for one or the other, a lot of times they forget to mention it, or they don't take any urgency in recommending you. But if both parties get something in that scenario, then usually the person that comes in will be very quick to point out who referred them, and the person who you want spreading the word of mouth referrals will tell people about it because they know there's a little something in it for them. So beyond just your superstar patients who can't stop talking about you and tell everyone, you can encourage everyone to do so by giving them something in return. And I think the most important factor when you're talking about this kind of word of mouth is it only takes one person to literally change a business. And before you doubt that, thinking like, how could one patient, change a business? It's about who that person is and how the word of mouth referral can happen, right? So a lot of times when we propose these ideas, doctors look at the cost, they look at what they might be losing, and they're worried about giving that out for every new patient. Maybe I could have gotten these new patients any other way. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to hit what we call the superstar patients. So imagine one of your patients happens to be a hairdresser, right? And all day long, they have people coming through their salon, sitting in front of them and chatting for 30 minutes. If you've got that person on your side telling the world about how great you are, they're going to tell a lot of people just in the course of their daily life. Maybe someone is a tutor and they go home to home in your community and they meet different families, and what it would mean if that person started recommending your business everywhere you went. So I don't mean one person, just the person that comes in. But if you get the right person talking about you in their community, like I said, certain mouths are louder than others, meaning that they can have a larger reach. And if your referral program gives away a lot, but you get that one person on your side making use of this incentive program or what they accrue or what they benefit from by recommending you, you can have really powerful connections. And also important, not just to your current patients, make sure you do this to the local businesses around you. If you're in a strip mall, if you have neighbors, make sure they're in on it too, because they might not come see you every day, but they're around you every day. They might know someone like, oh yeah, there's a chiropractor right next door to me. I've heard really great things. You should check them out, friend that's having back pain. And if you have that kind of a network going of people that want to share things, about your business, you're really going to do well in terms of word of mouth referrals.